Hello and welcome to this Let's Play of Grand Theft Auto 5. This is actually one of the heists. This is called Blitz Play. This is the third heist you do in this game because there's a couple, two before. Because there's the first one you do is the one you see in the advert, which I will, of course, I will showcase. I will show that at a later date. Wouldn't actually do that. This is because I just found this was the funny one because it was the one where you'll find out in a minute where you have to dress up like a complete pillock, which I found quite interesting to do because in actual fact it was funny to be out like the setup for it where you had to go out and buy stuff and really just get everything that you needed for the actual mission, which was it's good because whereas in like if you done like big missions in GTA 4, you'd straight away you'd go and do the mission, whereas in this it's a lot more realistic because you actually have to go out and get all the objects, all the weapons, everything that you want to wear. So it's a lot different. Oh, and here they are. It is the monkey crew. So yeah, I just decided to have them all look like monkeys. They don't look the same, but I just decided to have a monkey. So that was quite funny, which is a bit random because of the way it works. It's just really quite a strange little game. This bit is because it's just funny because they've made a lot of improvements on this. This is where, of course, I had to turn down the music because, of course, all of the music that's on the actual flipping radio is all licensed, and of course, if I was to keep it, I'd get copyright license agreements or whatever you call it from other people that have seen it on YouTube and go, oh no, this is ours, we own the rights to it, you give us money for it. But yeah, I've already had to take a bloody video down because I ended up taking down, I can't remember, I took down one of my paintball videos because of that, because I just don't want to get any bad marks against myself. So here we go, here we are waiting for the target. So yeah, basically what this is, it's an ambush. I'm going to be ambushing this big, see that big, it's like a big security van. That's what we're actually going to be ambushing at the moment. So of course now he gets in Michael, this is Michael I think, and he just has to get into place to block it. But overall I think it's really in depth because when you do your heists, in actual fact it feels a lot more realistic because you got to prep for them, you got to go and get the equipment, you name it, you've got to go and get it. Whereas in GTA 4, if you was to do something like this, as I've said before, they just straight away get into it. You don't have to do anything for it. All you do is you go into the mission marker, you do the mission. That's all you do. Whereas in this, you gotta do every little thing that counts towards it being good. I just love this little bit where it just goes crashing through the wall. It's amazing this like, I don't know, it's a bit like they've got like physics X, even though I swear the PS3 runs on DirectX 10, considering it runs on DirectX 10. The graphics, it's out of the world really, because I just can't believe how good it is really, considering it's on DirectX 10, which is quite old now because of course DirectX 11's been out for quite a while, and the hardware on a PS3 is roughly 3 or 4 years old. So yeah, it's one of them things really where you can't win with a console, because at the end of the day a console was stuck into what they actually want to put it as, because of course the companies try and build them to a budget. So of course, and now we've got the police coming, so of course you just gotta watch out for them, which is really strange because the other good thing is when you get struck down, you can change to someone else, and the computer will actually control the other guys that you're not controlling, but you can still switch to them if you wanted to, because they're in a better advantage point. So it's a lot better in that sense. But overall, it's a really good game. It's the heists of it make the game really, because that's the main thing I actually love the idea of with GTA, because you get to do the heist, you name it, you get to do all that. Whereas in GTA 4, I think the only big draw for me was the Grand Theft Auto game. That was it. But that's the thing with GTA. You could do whatever you want with it, and as long as it says GTA, you got nothing. You'll sell, no matter what. Even if it's shite, you'll still sell because it's GTA. Whereas in other Saints Row, that doesn't sell that good, but it's a good game. I've only ever played the third one, which I've got on PS3, and I've never played the fourth one really. But I don't know, you never know. If you stick around long enough, you'll probably see me end up playing it, because it'll come down in price, and then I'll probably just decide, yeah, let's give it a bash. But I don't know when I might buy it on console, or I might buy it on computer, but it'll probably be a lot better on computer than on a console. But so the thing is, the problem might be that it might be a really shitty port from a console, so it's nothing that amazing if it's like that, because most console that they put to the computer turn out to be shit anyway. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, it depends, because that's the best thing to do for a computer is design it hands down from the engine up for a computer, because then of course you fully utilise the computer, whereas with a porting you don't, because it's just stuck. That's why you have barely any options. That's why you can't have anti-alias. Half of the stuff you can't have, the computer could easily push out, but that's when it's shitely cross-ported really, when it's ported across from a console to a PC. Which is, I think some games are doing it, but I think with GTA 5, because of course, I think it was a couple of weeks before it actually got released on console, Nvidia actually leaked it that it was coming definitely. I think they said November, but of course because they had it leaked, they've actually delayed it, which is good, because I think what they're basically doing with this GTA 5 PC is actually developing it on PC. They're not cross-porting it, I hope. So in that sense it'll be a lot better, because when GTA 4 was shite because it was cross-ported. San Andreas I've actually played and I just couldn't get on with it because it's cross-ported, and it just makes it really it actually only supports half of the controller. Whether or not you got an Xbox 360 controller, it still only does half of it. So it's a bit stupid in that sense of where it's like that, because you can't play it how you'd play it on a console. Whereas with that, personally, what I think is you should be able to play it the same way you can play on a console, but you gain the graphics. But for some reason, I don't know, hopefully they'll have sorted it out with GTA 5, because of course I've been playing as well, Hitman Absolution, and that's fantastic. That is such a good game, really. That is a good game, and that's on PS3 and on computer, which I've got it on computer. When I was younger, when I never used to play PC, yeah, I'd have brought it on the console, but no, it's so much nicer on a computer because the graphics are better. And I've got every single Hitman game, from Hitman 47 all the way up to Hitman Absolution, which Hitman Absolution, that was a great game, and it was great, considering it was a console game predominantly, it was amazing on computer, because I think they designed it from the ground up for the console. So of course from the console, from the PC, which is a lot better, whereas as I've already said, a lot of games that come from console to PC, they just port them across, they just change the code in it, so the code can run on Windows and all that malarkey, and it just turns, you can turn great games to flop, because it just makes PC gamers turn and go, why should we purchase this when we're not going to get the full potential out of our system of what we've spent a lot of money on, and we can't do it. It's just one of them things that you just, the game industry, they're probably slowly coming back and around to it, but it's just one of them little learning curves they've got with it, where they've got to get the happy medium of doing a great game for consoles and then doing a great game for the PC. But personally, I think PC's a way forward. I think it is, because consoles, they're really good if, say, you haven't got the money to be able to have a decent computer, and then on the other hand, it's good if you haven't got the space for anything like that, a new system, whatever, because that's the problem I've actually got where I live now. I actually ended up buying this laptop, which I used to play games, and it's really good, because I don't have space right now to be able to have a desktop. Whereas back in my house where I used to live, I could have a desktop, and it was so much better, because the thing is, here we're going again about desktops and laptops. The problem with the laptop, the heating elements and all that malarkey and the cooling of it, it's a lot harder because you're working with a smaller frame, really, aren't you? So it's a lot harder, because you've got a really close encased system where it's got your motherboard, everything like that. It's got all that in it. Whereas on a desktop, it's a lot more open, and you've got a lot more variety. And in actual fact, as far as I know, I think a lot of the GPUs that are mobile, they're actually dumbed down. They're actually detuned. So basically, this one's a 765 actual, but it's a mobile as the Americans say. And that's actually detuned because, of course, the heat. That's when the heat issue comes. But this has actually as well got a Intel i7 Haswell, and that Intel i7 Haswell, I've not really had any qualms with it really, because it's really good. I personally think it's great CPU, which for all you could know, in a couple of years, in a couple of months, I might change my whole desktop. But I actually am in the process of installing a i7, I think it's a 3rd or a 2nd gen, and then of course what I'll do for that desktop is buy a capture card, because of course this laptop I can't fit a capture card, or don't know how to. If any of you know regarding that sense, just put a comment below and suggest to me what sort of capture card I could use on a laptop, because of course I'm all very new to all this malarkey of computers and all this doing YouTube and stuff, so I was just wondering if any of you could give me heads up on what what you actually suggest in that sense for a capture card to be able to record. So yeah, that's really because of course for my PS3 I use a I can't actually say it's a PVR HD 2 by Handplug or something like that, and of course the problem with that, if I use it on a PC, in actual fact the PC I record it on is going to be different to the one I'm playing it on, whereas because of course I haven't got a desktop, I've only got my laptop, I can't exactly do it because I haven't got two. Whereas then if I had, I wouldn't even have this laptop because I'd still be playing on my desktop. But yeah, just give me a heads up of where I can actually do it on the laptop, and all I have to have is that one object, this laptop. I don't have to have anything else, that's it. All I got to have is my laptop. I can record all it on my laptop and it'll be in full HD, as of course my PS3 is, whereas in now with just using OBS it's a bit harder because of course it is HD in the screen size and all that, but in actual fact the recording is not as crisp. And I will actually end it here as we've just done the mission. I hope you enjoyed. Bye.